You're listening to the Night Demon Network. Go to nightdemon.net/subscriber to unlock more exclusive content.
Hello and welcome to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. I'm your host Nesbit. In fall of 2024, Night Demon got the opportunity to tour with Danish metal icon King Diamond and New Jersey thrash metal veterans Overkill. The band and the crew sat down to recount the tour, and you're about to hear the behind-the-scenes stories and details. This is the King Diamond Tour.
King Diamond. Off to tour. From tour to tour. From coast to coast to coast. Yeah, so we left, where do we leave? Frankfurter again?
Frankfurt to Dallas to Austin.
Frankfurt to Dallas to Austin, yeah.
Immigration very easy in Dallas. Just had to recheck our bags, which is weird. You got to get your bags and then go back through security and get on another plane. Go to Austin, which was like a 1-hour flight or less. We got there, and our buddy Sean Weingartner picked us up. We managed to fit everything in his truck and break something on his truck by doing that. Some like bed liner cover that he had.
Yay, we rule.
Yeah. Company car, you know?
No big deal.
Yeah, I went to his house, which we stayed many times. He's been on the podcast, and
Went for Mexican food.
yeah, we went to no.
Yeah, we did.
We got Mexican?
Yeah, we went pretty much straight out.
Did he take us to
Yeah.
Little Darling?
We went to Little Darling.
No,
or we went to
that
Blue
was-
Agave?
Yeah.
Blue-
Oh
the first
God,
night,
we
yeah.
did. Oh
yeah.
We went to Blue Agave and had some blue margaritas, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then just chilled out that night and had a day off the next day. Our first day off in a very long time, but we had to get ready for the tour. So did some much needed laundry. Went to buy a bunch of supplies. Do the old FedEx run where you have to make all your photocopies and all your signs for merch and stuff like that. Walmart run for supplies. God, what else? Oh yeah, we went to a music store, right? Bought some gaff tape, and we were kind of trolling you. Remember?
No, I don't.
You couldn't find the car. We kept moving it in the parking lot.
Oh yeah. No, that was when you went for a massage.
Well, yeah, but then we went
Did
to
we
the
go to a
music
music
store.
store? I don't
Yeah, it was in
remember
the whole
music.
same complex,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get the massage for my neck, and that did help. But also, that's when the night we went to Little Darling and had some food. Cool place in Austin. You guys,
Yeah, for us, we have to rewind a little bit. So after we got pulled over by the cops and delivered you guys at the airport, we drove back to the base, dropped the gear. We had a nice day off, at Nicholas, doing some like village, some hillbilly shit over there, like drinking fucking
Some liquors.
like homemade liquor with the mayor, with the actual mayor, and all these
The real
like, business
burger
guys
master.
all wasted, and like 15-year-old kids drunk as German hillbilly stuff. And the next morning he drove us to Frankfurt. So we were pretty much on the same flight, but the day after.
Right.
We except we got off in Dallas, crossed immigration. J2 didn't have to show his passport.
Yeah.
That's how reliable and trustworthy we look. We just let him in. True.
That's
And,
not true.
um,
Show me your passport right now.
Yeah, we got on a bus to San Antonio. Right?
Yeah, do you remember the whole thing about shirts?
Shirts. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We stayed at Rodney. I met him. He used to be the merch guy for Midnight, a band that I toured a bunch. So I toured with him a lot, so I knew him pretty well. But I was trying to get his address. Right? This guy has like a really well established merch company called Precision Company, out of Shirts,
Texas.
And I was like, hey Travis, what's his address? He lives in San Antonio, right? No, he lives in Shirts. I'm like, no, he makes shirts for a living, but he lives in San Antonio. Like, no, I was there just the other day. It's Shirts.
Yeah, he lives
But
in
it's
Shirts,
spelled-
Texas.
Yeah,
Spelled different, but
spelled
yeah,
different. Yeah. It took me a while to figure it out.
Yeah.
He picked us up at the station in San Antonio. Good times, it's always great when you're on tour, like really far away from home, and you get to hang out with the local, friends, like in their natural habitat, like in their hometown.
Texas, which
Texas.
I'm really looking forward to.
Which I absolutely adored. Texas, it's it's a good place. And the day after we all met, 2 days after
We
I
met
dropped
you
you guys
there.
off.
Yeah,
we
we
at the
we
airport.
drove to Shirts, Texas from Austin and picked up 12 boxes of shirts. and
shirts.
somehow managed to fit them all in and fit these guys in. And we drove to the show, the first show of the King Diamond Tour, the Boeing Center at Techport, which is a big 3,000 cap kind of like indoor arena thing. And we were off. That was it. We got there. We saw the semi trucks, all the buses, and walked in, and we were like, "All right, we're officially now on a big tour." We met the production manager Renee right away, and he was wearing a Mantar shirt, which are guys that are good friends of ours. So it was good to see that, and Victor, the tour manager, most of the crew. When you start a tour, you're kind of just getting to know everybody. It takes a while to remember names. And so we were just, cruising around and trying to figure out how things were going to work. They were setting up King Diamond's stage, huge stage production, multiple staircases, and all kinds of crazy shit.
Coffins, dolls,
Yeah.
costumes.
Wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a big catering spread. Nice catering for the bands and stuff and the crew. I got a call quickly from Victor, the tour manager, saying, "Hey man, what's going on? Like your guys are eating the food they're not supposed to." Nobody really told us. He did tell me before the tour that they were having some budget issues and they were gonna just give us a cash buyout each night to get a meal. But that wasn't very clear at that point, so it was kind of already like, oh man, are these guys mad at us already?
I'll
they
chime
weren't
in.
mad.
I kind of took advantage of that because I saw the local guys eating the stuff, like not
the
the
local
band,
crew,
like
yeah.
local crews. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, band ate, local crew ate.
And then I
Why
saw
can't we?
Armand eating, and I was like, "Oh, cool! So we must be able to take this." And then, yeah.
Yeah, and so what we found out is like they basically do this catering buyout that like feeds the local crew, the local stagehands, their production staff, and their band. So, but we did not know that at the moment.
They were cool about it.
They were
though.
cool about
Yeah.
it. They were cool about it.
And once everyone had eaten, they were like, "Yeah, go for it."
Yeah,
so we did.
right.
We did eat. It's good tortilla soup.
So Laura was talking to. We had loaded our stuff in, and just kind of were hanging out, waiting to see what was going to happen. And Laura was kind of working, meeting the light techs who we had talked to via email before the tour a little bit, and just kind of seeing how this was going to work. And in the meantime, I was in the front lobby of the venue setting up merch and meeting the merch sellers, Megan and Victoria from the other bands. Just kind of getting stuff set up and getting the ground rules all laid. And so when I'm done setting up, at one point I want to come back to the backstage and see where we're at and see what's going on. And I try to walk through the venue, and I was told by security, who was King Diamond's personal security, who's on the tour, that I wasn't allowed in the venue because nobody's allowed in there while he is sound checking. So he was sound checking, and I was like, oh man, okay. And all I wanted to do was get to the back of the venue, like I'm working, you know. And so I was stuck in the lobby for about an hour. That changed later in the tour. Obviously, again, you don't really know anybody when you start. This Matt Brayton, who's the personal security guy, ended up becoming one of our closest friends on the tour. But at the time, it's like he didn't know who I was, and I didn't want to really push the issue because we'd already been told about the catering, and it's like you just don't want to be. You want to go in there like unseen, you know. You don't want to be like the band causing problems and not inadvertently. Yeah, you don't even want to try to just or even ask for anything, even if it's reasonable. You already feel like, man, these guys got enough going on, you know. Anyway, so yeah, it was cool to actually hear King Diamond soundcheck, and I was peeking through the door. You know, it was cool to see him, like, you know, just in his sunglasses and his baseball hat, not in the makeup. You know, they're working through some stuff, some songs, and so there's some songs that I knew. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. It was kind of like setting the stage of like, man, this is going to be a real exciting thing that's happening for us. But yeah, as the day went on, you know, they got their stuff sorted. And then Overkill, the direct support band, you know, was there. And we saw them. You know, we were already kind of set up on the side, ready to go, ready to load on the stage whenever it was our time. And these guys came in with an entirely new crew. And the band's kind of explaining to them how things work. But the amount of equipment that these guys have on this tour, I mean, granted, they're normally a headliner. I mean, it's just like 8 guitar cabinets per side, and they each live on these wheeled risers. They have lights attached to them. They have a humongous drum riser, and the stage was so high that everything had to be brought up by forklift. That was Overkill's gear because it was so large and so heavy. The amount of road cases they have, the amp rigs that they have, it's overkill.
It's overkill.
It's overkill.
Yeah.
It's on a massive touring level, and you know we have 15-minute changeovers between bands. So we were already kind of looking at the stage size and how big King's setup was, and then at this point, like how far forward we were going to be pushed, you know. And it kind of just we knew that first day. It's like, okay, this is going to be a tour where we're playing huge rooms to a lot of people, and we're going to have the least amount of stage space that we probably normally have. So that was a challenge that we were kind of looking at, you know. But I don't know. To me, like, this first day seemed like the longest day of my life. I don't know why, right? Like, it just...
early.
Yeah, we got there early, but it was just, like... Man, it was really... Yeah, that's right. We did get there like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
They wanted us, that's what they want us to do.
Yeah,
like load
first day,
in at
meet
11
everybody,
a.m. every day. And we realized, I think after the second day, I told King's people, like, hey, I think 2 o'clock is a good time for us because we're driving in a van and, like, we don't need to be here all day for this stuff, you know.
That proved to be the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, everything kind of picked up from there, and the show was moving along, and it was near sold out. I think it was like 95% sold, which is pretty good. A big place. San Antonio is a great metal city, and there was no Austin show, so I'm sure a lot of those people from Austin came down for the show. And yeah, a challenged 30-minute set list. You know, I mean, we haven't had to do a 30-minute set list in years. Besides the Bruce Dickinson show, but that was a challenge too to pick that. So we leaned pretty heavy on the old school. We didn't play the Chalice. We got some advice from some friends that we asked, you know, hey, what should the set list be? And that wasn't in there. And we always asked, hey, what about Rocky? You know, and people kind of gave us the confidence in saying, look, you don't need it, man. Like you guys are good enough and the songs are good enough. You don't need to rely on it. on a 30-minute support slot. So what was the set list that night? It was Outsider, Screams in the Night, Hallowed Ground, The Howling Man, Ritual,
Did we do Escape? No.
Escape from Beyond,
Yeah.
Night Demon.
Night Demon.
Yeah.
That was the beginning. That was the starting set that it evolved over
It was
time.
pretty good, but yeah.
I feel like that first show was a little
It was.
kind of weird. We were kind of getting our bearings
It was.
straight.
I
Once we
remember-
got the stage,
Yeah.
realizing how small.
Yeah.
I don't think we had room to get across there, did we?
No.
Across
No.
the other side of the stage,
No.
as we usually like to run around up there. But after everything was set up with Overkill and all that, Brian's drums were pretty much right at the edge of the front of the stage. I mean, this is a big place. Plenty big stage.
Yes,
I mean, we're
huge.
talking like it looks like an arena. It's kind of like a small
Yeah.
arena,
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, so this is how it's gonna be, I think, huh? With all this stuff up here.
Fucking all right, San Antonio! Are you guys feeling good tonight? Thank you guys so very much. It's fucking good to be back. One more here for you tonight. From Ventura, California. We'll see you next time. Night Demon! Don't
I remember when we were done playing, going, I hate this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I hate this. Like, this is one of those things, like, okay, you're waiting for a moment like this in your career, and then you get there and you're like, this is not what I thought it was going to be like. I don't like this. This is not going to be a good tour. This is just extremely uncomfortable, limiting. It does not represent who we are at all.
It was all seated. That was the first
Yeah,
thing.
it was
We're
all
like,
seated.
Again, okay,
Yeah,
this was a
yeah.
thing that was kind
Exactly.
of bumming
The
us
seated
out.
thing really bummed us out, and we're like, this is just damn. This is what it's like at this level. This is not cool.
And I had to use the house board because by the time Overkill were done, there was like literally no time before doors.
Yeah.
First show of the tour, and couldn't really do our own nights. So
Yeah.
Had a little taste of what was coming.
Yeah. There was also like, to explain it without being able to show anybody. So think about like the stage large stage being wide and as deep as they are, and you have 3 lighting trusses hanging, at least 3. You have a back truss, you have a middle truss, and you have a front truss hanging above. Well, King Diamond setup is so large that the way we have to set it up is the middle truss hangs the backdrops. So right away we lose the back lighting truss. We lose normally the middle lighting truss, and so we just have the front truss. So we're really, really limited on the amount of lights that we can use in a huge place. Sometimes it's 6 to 8 fixtures versus 68,
Yeah.
So this also posed another challenge. So it's made to look, with the backdrops hanging like that, you can't see King's set at all. So it looks like we're playing in front of a small, we're playing on a really thin, narrow stage. You can't see anything behind it. And Overkill stuff is behind us, and their stuff's all covered, like tarped up. You could tell there's a band set up behind us, but you can't really see any detail in it. It just looks like a bunch of, furniture in a storage unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, it was really interesting. And I didn't have a great experience that first night at all.
No.
I don't think any of us really did.
Yeah.
with the merch setup too. So it was like a big lobby situation out the front. Big like modern sort of building, and the King Diamond lines and Overkill lines. It was all one big line, and people queued all night for King Diamond.
Remember that.
Yeah, they made
actually,
one line for all 3 bands.
and the internet kind of exploded afterwards. People were furious because they waited all night. Like some people missed the entire King show because they just had 2 sellers and it just moved so slowly. I remember they had to queue past my table and the Overkill table first, and they're like there glaring at me for a really, really long time because they sort of, until you get up that far, you don't realize like, oh, I'm just selling for the other band. So I was, my face was sore just making like apologetic faces.
Why aren't you helping me, man?
Yeah, we fixed that problem after that first night, though, and like we've pretty much every time we sell and the venue doesn't sell, we have our own table and our own line. So that was good that got fixed. It still was a pretty decent night for merch sales, but for the for the amount of people in attendance, it would have been much better. One thing when we got off stage, I forgot to mention this. Our friend JP, who plays guitar in Brian's other band, Hellwitch, lives in Atlanta. He picked up the rental van for us because we didn't have time to get it. Plus, our East Coast gear is there, so he packed up the van and drove all the way from Atlanta to to Austin, and then drove us to San Antonio to the show. That's how we were able to even pull this tour off. So big thanks to him for that. Yeah. And he's a huge King Diamond fan, so it was in his interest to do it. Yeah. But right when we got off stage, the 3 of us were all kind of sweaty and walked back to our dressing room, and there's King, all dressed up. Right, his dressing room was right next to ours, and we just ignored him and tried to like not bother him at all. And he kind of glanced over at us as we were walking, and we just like kind of waved and said, "Oh, hey," and just kind of kept walking to our room. And then he came right over and started talking to us like right away. And the thing that I had always heard from bands and from other managers and stuff that like when King tours, he usually on the last show or right at the end of the tour is a time where he'll take a couple minutes and go actually finally meet the bands on the support bands on the tour and talk to them and say thank you or whatever. But this is night number 1 and he's just already, hey, what's up guys? You know, we're Night Demon. Yeah, I know. I saw the videos. You guys have the power. The power is just 3 guys, man. It's amazing, you know? Oh, like, and we're like, man, thank you so much. Like, this tour is so amazing for us. And he's like, you guys deserve it. And he was so cool. And we were just talking about other stuff, right?
Yeah, we got into the new album, and he started explaining everything about the set and all this stuff on stage and the future plans and all this stuff. And then we're kind of realizing, wait a minute, because behind him is a security guy, and he's looking at me like doing the cut him off signal, you know? I'm like, I can't go. What do you want me to do, man? Like, he's talking to us, you know? Like, he's the one talking. But meanwhile, they're like trying to get him out to get on stage, or I don't know, do the meet and greet. They were doing meet and greets.
He had some
probably at that time, but he was just like right on with us and giving us his grand plans for the next 10 years or whatever. And we're like, this is amazing for us, you know?
And then so we're talking for a while, and it seems to be ending on a really good note, right? And we're going to have a great tour. And then out of nowhere, JP comes out of our dressing room, and he sees us talking to King like 3 feet away from him, and he just like freezes. And you can see this look on his face like, OMFG. King Diamond is standing right here talking to these guys.
And he was wearing a Merciful Fate
shirt.
shirt.
It was a bootleg too.
No,
right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But then, like, the King was talking to us, and then JP walks out of the dressing room, and like he just, you're right, he did freeze. He just froze.
He couldn't believe what was happening.
And then as soon as like he walks out of the room, like King's in the middle of the sentence, and he sees the Merciful Fate shirt. He's like, oh, and there's the shirt.
Yeah. And then JP just his response to that is, "Can I have a picture?" And we're like, "No, right now." Like, and then he did though. King was super
cool about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is our driver, JP." He's like, "Yeah, I'm here to drive."
I remember after the show when we were driving, he was like, "Man, I can't believe I met King," and he was just standing there and just his face like. His eyes.
That smile.
Yeah, that smile. Yeah, his eyes. We're like, oh, man. Pretty wild, right?
So after that moment, though, I think we all were like, okay, this is going to be good. Because he just accepted us right away and gave us that time. And we didn't expect anything until, like you said, maybe the end of the tour or something.
Maybe, right?
So that was kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, the crowd that night wasn't even, it was kind of a little dull, right? That first
we definitely got
them, but
opening band treatment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were what you would call definitely the warm up band.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The seated thing does not help.
Yeah.
We've seen the difference on this tour of a seated and a non-seated show.
But after that, going out to the merch and stuff, and just hanging around, people were in line like, "Hey man, right on! You guys are fucking awesome."
That's the weird thing, right? And with the seated thing, you could never tell.
You can't tell
if people are into it or not,
So they're not moving.
Yeah, but still, even you just can't tell. And yeah, you're right though. They did like it.
So it took a while for us to kind of vibe it, get the right vibe of it, but it ended up being good after all.
But Overkill's got the prime spot. 7:45 for 45 minutes. That when they started, that's when the place really started to fill up. So.
Well, that's it for this week and the first date of the King Diamond Tour. A tour that I managed to catch in Montreal, actually. It was my first time seeing King Diamond. It was pretty awesome. Lots more stories from the road coming up. As always, I'll remind you to check out how you can become a Night Demon subscriber and get access to tons of bonus content, live shows going back to the first days of the band, unreleased tracks, hundreds of live tracks, full shows, live videos, photo galleries. Check out nightdemon.net for more info on how you can be a subscriber. Until next week, this is Nesbitt signing off.
Nobody cares when you're out on the streets. On your own. You're getting tired of the city heat. On your own. On your own. On your own. You're out on your own.
Thanks for listening to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. Head over to nightdemon.net, click on the subscriber tab, and sign up to access exclusive weekly bonus content. If you would like to donate to support the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast, you can do so through PayPal at paypal.me/nightdemonmetal. Additionally, if you have not already done so, please subscribe, like, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All hail, Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. This is Dusty Squires chiming in to tell you about my brand new signature sticks from the London Drumstick Company. I've dreamt of having my very own drumsticks ever since I was a wee lad, and LDC made that a possibility for me. Founded in 2016 in London, England, the birthplace of heavy metal, the London Drumstick Company has trailblazed a path through the music industry and taken the drummer world by storm. When I met them for the first time, they knew their product was going to withstand the beatings of a Night Demon show. They took the time to work with me on getting everything just right. The balance and weight of my sticks are the same no matter what, and the durability is bar none the best I've ever had. I know my sticks will last through the set night after night. I'm truly honored to work with a company that caters to their players the way LDC does. Their innovation and attention to detail is what separates them from the rest of the stick makers out there. Their custom stick sleeves are unbelievable and really make the entire presentation complete. Wait until you see the design they came up with for me. It blew my mind and was a surprise to say the least. They have all kinds of amazing swag, including hoodies, t-shirts, drummer shorts, drum keys, stick bags, towels, face masks, practice pads, and much, much more. Even if you're not a drummer, you can be a part of Demon history and order my brand new signature sticks direct from their website. How cool is that? And to top it off, the London Drumstick Company are giving an exclusive offer to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. Go to londondrumsticks.co.uk and receive a 15% store-wide discount using promo code DEMONSTICKS. All capital letters, no spaces, Demon Sticks. DEMONSTICKS. I can't thank everyone there enough for the opportunity to be a part of their family and for them trusting me with their amazing products. See you metal maniacs on the road very soon. And yes, the wood chips will be flying.
Greetings, boils and ghouls. This is your comrade, the Crypt Keeper here, reporting dead from the sanctuary of the strange. Tonight's macabre myth is a fright-filled feature, one overflowing with monsters, madness, and magic.
Visit our website at monstersmadnessandmagic.com to stay up to date on all the dark dealings within the sanctuary of the strange. Enjoy the show.
Hey Metalheads, I'm Mark and I host Metal Forge. Let me tell you about the show. The Metal Forge features the best underground metal from all over the world. We spend every week with a different artist with interviews, in-depth conversations, and most of all, the music. We also feature audience interactivity where you can submit your questions to the upcoming guests. New episodes are out every Friday at noon Eastern Time at MetalForgeRadio.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Want to know what's going on in the world of music? Then tune in to the Nothing Shocking Podcast, a non-genre based, all-ages friendly rock and roll program. Join us weekly for interviews with all your favorite rock stars from the mainstream to the underground. You can find us at nothingshocking.libsyn.com or anywhere you download podcasts.
Okay, metalheads, you've been complaining that there has not been a channel that plays all of the heavy metal videos from past, present, and future for years and years at this point. Well, that time is over. Heavy Metal Television is back. HeavyMetalTelevision.net is the website. Go there. You can see videos playing 24/7, 365, all the time. All the best from the old school, the new school, and everything in between. Check it out, HeavyMetalTelevision.net. It is where the metal is.